paper, or I like to do mine on digital. I don't know what you like to do. It just is such a good way to keep on track on everything you have to do, and then obviously you can tick complete when you have finished it. Okay guys, so the next thing we're going to talk about is the thing you want to be doing at the very start of trying to improve managing your time, and that is to track how long you spend at certain things. So for me, I tracked how long I spent editing, filming, doing schoolwork, working out, all that stuff, and then basically there's this app called Clockify. Right now it's free. I don't know how long it's going to be free for, but then you can, once you log your time at the end of the day, it gives you a report on the exact amount of time you spent on certain things, and this way you know what you need to improve on. Okay guys, so the next tip is honesty is key, because when you add 3 hours of YouTube, Netflix, Disney, etc., you feel embarrassed, but then when you add 3 hours of productivity, you feel good. So it helps you understand that it's just way more rewarding to just be productive and to just not procrastinate. Okay guys, so the next tip is, if you're an Apple user, you can set app limits. I'm not 100% sure how to do it on Android. I'm sure there's a way, I just don't know. So if you're an Apple user, just go over into the settings app and go down to hit screen time. And then once you hit screen time, go into app limits, and then it'll show you a menu that says add limit. Just click that. Now if you actually scroll up, you can choose a specific app. So if you want to choose Netflix, for example, obviously if you want to change it, you can go back in and unlimit yourself. Okay, so the next tip really won't work for 100% of people. It'll work for a good amount of people though, and that is time batching. It just helps me so much. You should definitely try it. Basically, it means don't be mixing between two things. So don't be doing an hour of schoolwork and then an hour of, let's say, video games and mixing it up, because you won't get anything done, and then it won't work. For example, I can't mix between doing YouTube and schoolwork because I'll get neither of them done. Really just do 3 hours of schoolwork, get it all busted out, 3 hours of YouTube, get that all busted out, and honestly, it works so much better than mixing in between the two. Okay guys, so the next tip is to make sure you're not making that to-do list extremely long and overwhelming, because this was something very hard for me to get used to, just like understanding that I can't do absolutely everything in the world in the one day, and really having to separate it over numerous days. It just really helps you when you can't get everything done. So it's better off just having a small to-do list of the most important things, and then of course if you have much more time in the day that you didn't know you'd have, go and do some of the extra things, but do not make your to-do list too overwhelming, because you won't survive. And moving on to the next tip, and that is that multitasking will not work all the time. Okay, so think of it as, say if you're doing an essay and you have a TV in the background that has a TV show on, yeah, the chances of you getting distracted are fairly high, compared to cleaning the house and having your headphones on or something and listen to a podcast, maybe an educational podcast. Yeah, that usually will work. So I think just going through and seeing what you can multitask on and what you can't, because there will be times where it's just not an option to be able to multitask. Okay, so the next one is very important, and that is to make sure that you have blank spaces in your schedule or plan, because you never know when an urgent thing will come up, or maybe you're not feeling so great and you want to have a bit of headspace. So I think just having like the kind of mindset that, oh, okay, it's okay if I do need to, take an hour off, or oh my god, something came up, I'm not going to be able to do this stuff, you know what I mean? Like just having a little bit of time throughout your day where you know that it's going to be okay, and I just think it keeps me a bit more relaxed, that I have plenty more time in the day, that if something does come up I have time to do it, or it will just need a bit of headspace. And for the last tip of today, and that is to make sure you're having breaks and a bit of time off. I know I say it in like all my videos that I do on this type of topics, but really make sure you have time for yourself and that you have time off of what you're doing, and just don't be getting overwhelmed. So make sure after you've completed your day, you've taken a couple of breaks, at night time it's time to relax. Make sure there is a bit of time off. Okay guys, so I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, hopefully you learned something. I'm going to leave you here because I don't want to keep you, on here for ages, but really just make sure to, check out my social media, subscribe to the podcast, a new episode every single Friday, and yeah, I have plenty more videos on my channel to help you guys out during quarantine, so if that is a problem of yours, definitely go have a look at other videos on my channel. And for now, I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys.